Hey everybody, I'm Cece, this is Bosk, and we're from Desert Dragon Salvation. This is going to be our third video on how we made this cage and kind of some tips and tricks if you're going to be building your own enclosure. So just zoom out here, and the whole thing was a TV armoire. So it did have a back to it, but the back had a large chunk taken out so that the TV back would fit. So I ended up just ripping the whole back off and putting in some chicken wire. So the whole thing was originally for a Chinese water dragon. And then he ended up passing on, so I figured I would try something different and get some bearded dragons. So I took this whole big cage, went to Lowe's, got them to cut some wood for me, and there's a little Jinxie over there, and stuck them up so I could have a few levels to start with the rescues. So this entire thing will hold 4 males or a few more females than that, since they can be housed together. And this is for rescues only. I think in the last video I showed you that Thane was actually in the same hammock back there. He's moved on to a different cage. It's bigger for him, and it's a permanent cage. These are only just temporary homes. They are obviously big enough for them to stay in their whole lives, but this is just for the rescues. So the dimensions on this, I believe, are 40 inches by 20 inches. And then when I started the Chinese water dragon enclosure, I wanted everything to be waterproof and kind of to look like a tree. That's why it's brown instead of something else. It was originally, I think, like a beige color, so I wanted it to look kind of like a tree. So on the very bottom of the cage, to have like an extra water sealer, I used Flex Seal. So that's this black surface that you see on all of the levels. Hi, Bosky. What are you doing, buddy? And then for some more waterproofing, I put up that aluminum foil in the back, which turns out for bearded dragons is really nice too, because it holds in the heat and it's reflective, so it kind of carries the light over all of the enclosure, so that's pretty nice. And then on the walls, I know there's some stains from the hard water deposits, but it's actually just water-based sealant from Walmart. I think that was the most money I paid. I think it was like $20 for a big jar. The rest of everything was very cheap. The TV armoire I got off Craigslist for $40. Flex Steel's like $10 a can or so. So the whole project was under $100. It was really nice. And then obviously you could see I went and got these big giant water bowls for them. A lot of people don't put water bowls in their enclosures. I do. I try to get them used to drinking out of them, even though they get a bath every other day. And then obviously their UV lighting I picked up from Walmart. It does have to be changed every 6 months. So yeah, you can see there's 2 tubes back there right now, and I'm gonna need a third one for the bottom area. That's gonna be turned into another level. And this guy, I didn't have enough of the dome lights for their heating lamps, so I had to improvise. Turns out I really like this. Can be moved all over the place, and since he doesn't really have another area to stick one of those dome lights up, it's actually really nice. Doesn't take up too much space, and he actually likes laying on this area right here because it's nice and cool whenever he gets kind of hot. So it's just a regular light bulb in there. They're all 75 watt, which makes their basking spots all about 100 degrees. So that's perfect temperatures for them. Hi, Bosky. The wood piece back there I got from hiking, and then that one I bought. But if you do have like a woods area or a mountain area near you, I definitely recommend just going hiking. Like 10 minutes in, I found that guy. It was really nice. This one was donated to me by a friend. I figured it was good for Jinxie because he doesn't climb very well, so he likes to hide under it. Although he did climb up on that hammock, so I'm very proud of him for that. But I do watch him all the time since he's so weak right now. But that chicken wire is really nice for them to climb on. Jinxie? And then you can see I haven't cleaned out his cage yet today, so he's got some messes over there. But it's really easy to clean these guys. Also, the Flex Seal down here, since it's nice and liquid rubber basically, it holds heat in really nice, so it makes their basking spot really nice for the underbelly heat. And then just to clean these guys is a mixture of vinegar. Any white vinegar works, it doesn't have to be cleaning vinegar. And this Simple Green. I like the Simple Green cleaner because it smells really nice and it's pretty natural, so it doesn't have a lot of harsh chemicals to it, although you still want to be careful. You don't want to spray that around them or anything like that, so I do take them out of their cages to do it, and it ends up looking like that. So I just mix it in here half and half. You can dilute it if you want. I know it says pure vinegar right there, that was crazy. You could dilute it if you want, but I like how strong this is, and I obviously wait for that for the smell to go down before I put them back in their cages. And another thing I use for some stains and whatnot is this guy. I got it from the dollar store. I put just some regular detergent, dish soap in there. Be careful which kind you use, but I just use Dawn. And it's really nice. It comes out of here and it kind of suds it up a little bit. It's not the greatest since it's the dollar store, but it works pretty well combined with all that stuff to get out all the stains. Hey, buddy. And then for their water, I just use regular. I just put it in this milk carton, and there we go, and that's pretty much good enough for a couple weeks actually. Aw, tough man over here. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. And then every day they do get their salad in the mornings. So, I bought this one because it looked really cute, and at the time I only had Thane, So I thought, why not? But it was $3. So, I mean, the dragons really don't care what it looks like. So in order to save money on stuff like that, you can use this. So this is just a regular dollar store I'm sorry, I totally had a brain fart there. Coaster. And it kind of soaks up the excess water from the veggies, so I like that too. Husk over there. He always is hungry. Always, huh, buddy? Excuse me. So you can see from even the last video, he's doing a lot better than he was, and he did gain some weight, as well as Jinx. So they both gained weight. That's really awesome for them. Oops, I'm sorry. Alright, so that's their cage, and that's only for the rescues. Don't worry, I'll be cleaning out little Jinxie's cage in a minute. I just want to show everybody. Not the guinea pigs. But if you have guinea pigs, you already know what this is. So this right here is coroplast. It's kind of cut a little weird, but it's white coroplast. I had to look everywhere for this, but it was at my Home Depot. They didn't know what it was called, so it was a really hard time trying to find it. But I did get a big sheet of this for $15, and I was able to cut it perfectly to fit inside these grids. A lot of people, I was looking when I was researching about how to do this, they didn't like the idea because it's so open. These are grids, there's nothing behind them. But I have modified it a little bit and found that the coroplast holds heat really nicely and it doesn't melt. So it's actually a really nice little alternative to just a regular cage. So you can see Thane's back there just kind of chilling out. And right now it's pretty boring in here. He doesn't really have a whole lot. I just set this up yesterday, so I'll have to get him some more toys. The thermometer back there, it says it's 82 in that back corner. I've been kind of moving it all around just to make sure that it's heated enough. So you can see the coroplast walls are the same size as the grids. So it holds in heat pretty nice. And then it's just this front area that's open. He's got both his basking spot and his repti sun, I'm sorry. He's gonna have a regular UV lighting, the same as the other guys, but I haven't gotten around to buying one yet, so he's just gonna use the repti light right now. So this is gonna be his permanent cage. I think the dimensions are 40 by 30. I believe. So it's pretty big for him. Or it's a pretty nice size. And it'll hold everything he needs, including dubia roaches that he gets. They actually can't climb the coroplast walls. So if you're like me and like absolutely hate holding those roaches, it's perfect for them. So same way about cleaning his cage in here. I use the vinegar and pure green, or simple green, half and half solution, and it's a really nice cleanup. So, something to think about if you're gonna do a CNC cage like for guinea pigs. It's really cheap, and it holds in heat nicely.